Formula for failure. What is the equation for life? The additions, subtractions, standard deviations, mean, median, mode, exponential logarithms that converge to what we call life. Life is an irrational number. Or is it an imaginary number? It never ends in a real number. There is no solution. Every breath adds a new piece of the equation. So the last breath I took is not the same as the one I'm taking now or the next. If you were to graph life, you would see only blackness, or maybe nothing but white, with all the points for every damn fraction that can be accounted for the function that it would be. Even humans have it easy. Humans can generalize their functions to an extent, but my own flesh cannot be compared to that of Kieran's or the thousands of faceless demons out there, pure blood or mutts alike. Yet we all can feel the same pain. I could still hurt if someone took a torch to my skin right now, though it wouldn't leave the scars that I wish it would leave. I'm beyond scars now, whether I want to be or not. But I digress. What is the chemical formula for life? The bicarbonates, hydrogen and oxygen, phosphorus and calcium mixed together that comes down to building up a body. Yet each and every life form is as varied as fractals. There is no unification through one single equation. The books filled with every one will go on forever. Let's take an irrational question to the next irrationality. What is the formula for failure? He asked one day, why do we love? Why can't we live without love? What does it take to drive a man to murder, to stalking, to war, to endless searches for attention? The sociopath society says you can never sociopath society says you are can never comprehend when it was before your eyes. Like it was some sort of cult ritual or something only the predestined could have, those with spoons in their mouths. Because you were born in a world where the mother does not exist for the majority. And even more still, you were born in a world where the majority can only admire the individual, and the minority can only love the character, never the other way around. And you can never have both. Yet the way the world works is so that you can also live and never experience either one. In your case, it was selection. They say that depression is when you're surrounded by those who love you, but you hang on to the one person who wants you to die, and so you live your life with their own personal Satan on your shoulder. To be or not to be, that is the question. And you know those poor fools out there? They say all you need is love. But what would define the love that you need? Do you need it from someone else? Does it have to be from yourself alone? Does it have to be both, or are they mutually exclusive? If it's from someone else, who does it have to be? How many people must it be? What defines love for those people, and how much must you and them give back? If it's for you, how do you love yourself? Are you born knowing, or is it an acquired taste? How do you know when you've achieved that endeavor? I don't know. I can't tell you that. I can see it now, because I want to know too. I suppose you're curious as to why you were chosen. The man the people used to call traitor to all the demons, a despicable lover of humans. I really had no interest in you as a person, but as a parent soul, master of the Black Dragon, you held potential, should the power be harnessed correctly. That was all. I have no way of knowing how else you could serve me. If you had proven useless, then you would have been that fraction of 1%. Hell, I even planned to get the other soldiers to learn that technique and send you to the basement if need be. Frankly, I didn't do any research after that, though I would have loved the irony in having a Gendaran man come, or a Tauranite. I had you. You didn't have that pompous flourish of Gandhara, or that lazy drawn-out with a hint of breathiness as far as the Turanite monks go. He had that gypsy accent, here and there, though the overall tone masked most of it. Bizarre yet somehow endearing at the same time. He didn't have that gypsy-ish face, just one expression that could only be called null. And as much as you try to compensate with your tendency towards defiance and distrust, you still stand with a null face. They say that gypsies are supposed to be as ever-changing as the weather in the hurricane season, therefore they are not to be trusted. Then again, who the hell can you trust? Backstabbers and double-faced men all around us. Where have the genuine qualities of the living gone? Were they ever there to begin with? You asked me why I chose you despite what I told you in the message I sent for you. There was a glint of desire in your gestures, behind the slight angling of your brows, the shifting of weight between your feet every so often. You don't know it, but you gave it all away. The untrained eye would miss it, or dismiss it as your gypsy ways. But I know. I've seen it for years. Off and on when I get the chance. In my own eyes, I mean. Would you like to hear it? The reason why they call me the dictator, the tyrant, the despo? I know you're clueless the way you walk through the door, not a second of wavering. Just complete defiance, daring me to prove you wrong, damn it. Daring me to allow you to just shove me over. Let's try and keep track here, shall we? The formula for failure. Postulate 1. Failure brings forth failure. Does a chain of reaction set off from one wrong move, whether it can be traced back or not? Postulate 2. For you in particular, desire for something more. Yet, lying about your necessity for said object. Let's take a stab at it. Keep track, you hear? I'll relate it back to you following your recovery from the battle. Oh yes, I had it planned out. Your months and months of training, dueling with ex-convicts, POWs, and political prisoners. Your battle with Shigure. And you thought it was all spontaneous, didn't you? But I had a plan A. The current one as it stands. A B, a C, a D, E, F. For every slight possibility of a change, I knew what to do. I was always calculating a change in how I could react. Everything around me was formalized. That was how I survived. Or maintained the sanity I did have in any case. They tell me I'm bloody weird. But I've never lost a war, nor have I lost a battle in which I was the commander. I've never lost a fight because I can always plan my next move. No matter what you do, you will play into my hands. But here's the reality. We live in an inconsistent world. Strategy does not open oneself to understand another person. Interaction cannot be formalized. You see, I did plan for you to come here, and you played through it as a puppet. Take on the opportunity to get stronger as you seem to desire so much. You reached an A class just as I thought you would, but how was I to know how endearing your presence was to the point where I preferred you to win over Shigure? And as I delved through your memories, it only became more and more so. All the calculations slowly started to become more unraveled. And so came a draw. I was more disappointed in the fact I had planned to revive you, rather than allow it to be of spontaneity. Yea, you've proven too useful. I want to ensure your prolonged existence to feed my own fascination with you. This enigmatic gypsy that you are, backwashed reflection of my being. No longer just my servant. my disciple, my brother, my son, my father, So it came to be that you are no longer just a name to me. When you walked through my door, you became a name and a face. And now you lay dying at my feet. You're a name and a face in a life, knowing that is your life. It slowly slips from my fingers. I wondered briefly about what would happen if I let you, both you and Shigure, die. It would be the worst choice in my life, no doubt, allowing Yomi to win out this damn Cold War. Suppose I let the world go to hell, and then I could finally just kill myself. As I had planned off and on for several years, only letting the fate of my people stop me from doing so. Because I do care about my followers more than they think. You especially. And you asked in your final moments, just after hitting the floor, your stone freshly spat from my lips, you asked, why do we live? Why must we die? Same question I asked lying under the cruel stone, trying not to look upon my face. The same question your mother moaned at your conception. Why must we live? Why must we die? Why can't those who deserve it just be born dead? A great man says that everyone goes through a period of reflection prior to their death. I doubt it. Only few people ever really want to live. And those people are really ridiculed for their desire. Why must we live? Isn't it more merciful for them to die rather than to force themselves to live? Here's the first sentence in my story. I always wanted to die, since before I was aware of what death was. Even in infancy, lying under the assault of the devil, the traitor, my father, always knowing that whatever I wanted, it wasn't that. It was a life wouldn't wish on even my worst enemy. Then again, given that my worst enemy was the man who was torturing me, maybe I'm a liar. Turning his own daughter into nothing more than a toy. Didn't have enough women I want. But even that desire to revenge isn't enough for me to want to keep living. I want some. I fucking can't. Oh God, I can't. Please don't let me remember. That man refused to acknowledge. I refused to acknowledge as my father I was a traitor to his cause. The face I see in the mirror with some of his features I must destroy, and I did. I couldn't think of what else I could do. The pain. Please don't let me remember. See, there's a reason I hid away as a man. As a man, I wouldn't be threatened in such a way. I know you've heard some colorful rumors about why I chose to hide my face. Wonder how many are actually close to the truth. Are my favorites. He does it to hold back his energy. He's so powerful that he would destroy us by removing those bandages. His rising sun and good likeness of him. His face is nothing but raw muscle from fighting so much. My enigma makes me a good leader, on top of my apparent charisma. I'm no idealist. I didn't step up to this position hoping to change the world. I just wanted to be alone. It seemed like the best solution at the time. But then, everyone started to need me. It took the rest of the world to force me to be living every day in hell. Yeah, do you know? Can you feel this? You're a kindred spirit. Your sister is the only one keeping you doing the same thing. And now that you lie at my feet, last breaths coming, put my hands in your eyes. Yeah, rest. I want to show you the work I've done to myself. I hope you're the one I needed. The one I wanted to need. My poor gypsy, my disciple. my brother, my son, my father. Don't give in to death. I'm in love with your existence. And that is the formula for failure.